Hi, my name is Lexi, and my best friends tried to kill me. A question I frequently got.
Alright, so off the rip, gotta say I'm very happy and thankful that Lexi is safe and alive and healthy. I hope there's no like lingering health effects from the traumatic ordeal she went through, but reason I'm making this video obviously besides to give it a little more engagement and get more views on this horrific story because the people who attacked her that were quote unquote her best friends, they should face the penalties for the consequences for their actions, but the justice system isn't that just. So, but the reason I'm making this is because I know everybody who's like, because I obviously not everyone has parents, unfortunately, but everyone who has parents, I'm pretty sure at some point in your life, when you were making friends around your teenage years, you brought some friends over the house that your parents didn't like. They had the friends that they liked and the friends that they didn't like. And they were always like, yeah, you shouldn't be hanging out with those folks. So I'm wondering, like, because I haven't seen enough of a case or enough of videos to see if her parents, before this incident happened, were like, they got a bad vibe from those friends. Because parents pick up on vibes that like children just can't pick up amongst their friends because you socially haven't matured enough to read certain things that adults could read in people, like certain like intentions. So uh when I say this, like trust me, I know it seems like parents are uncool sometimes, and that's their job. But like sometimes they're right when it comes to like you're not like when they get a bad feeling from people like that are in your friend, like you'll trust that. You know what I mean? Because if anyone has the proper intentions for you, it should be your parents. You know what I mean? And they recognize that because it's the same. The way I would explain it is like, remember when you were a kid and then you did certain things that you thought you got away with, and you were like, oh, I was so intelligent, I was so like creative and like intuitive, and I made something out of nothing. Like, yo, they never found that out, right? And then you become an adult that like has children or works with children, and then you see those same things you thought you got away with being done by kids in the next generation, or like, man, I was just a stupid kid. And you realize that like, yo, this is a pattern that continuously happens in life where like children, no matter what generation, will do similar things to every generation when it comes to like not being deceitful or lying, but just like things that kids like to get away with. You know what I mean? Kids being kids stuff. You know what I mean? Like like lying about being up too late, lying about going to a friend's house when they're actually going to a concert, or like stuff like that. I'm not nothing major. It's like some mundane stuff that part of growing up. You know what I mean? So that really made me think. Like, I mean, like, yeah, because like I have friends who are parents now, and like, yeah, I mean, like, it just really does make me think. Like, yo, like, I mean, parents wrong or something, because like I look back and like, I'm not like, uh, there was one friend that my parents didn't like that they were wrong about, but they didn't like him for a good reason. That's because like he's passed away now, so I could say like he did dirt, like we did dirt together. You know what I mean? Like what and who this person is, I'm obviously not gonna say their name, but like while we were growing up, like they didn't like him as much, especially like when like like he got locked up, and like I would do this thing where like he'd call me, like, because you're going to get one phone call in jail. So what I'd do is like he'd call me, and then like I'd call his mom, and then like just like be like, hey, I'll get back on like in like four, like whatever amount of minutes, let them talk, and like not pry into the conversation. You know what I mean? And it'd be like, ah, yo, Tom, da da da, who else you want to call, da da da, you know what I mean? And then like, so you could have more time to talk to people and shit. So, so yeah, and one of the things is like, yo, his mom, like loved me, like, you know what I mean? Because like I was like one of his good friends, even though we did some not so nice stuff together when it came to you know what I mean? But like, we were just kids, you know what I mean? But like she really liked me for that. And like later on, you like, oh, when my parents found out he passed away, they were really sad as well because they're like, oh man, he was really a good kid. Like, he just had like, he had some issues that he was growing up with that we all do. You know what I mean? Just all of us have different issues in different ways because we don't all live the same life. But there was other friends, like every other friend that they didn't like it, like they were right about all of them, like dead ass all of them, like all of them. So it's like it just makes you think. You know what I mean, it made me think. You know what I mean, it's just like something that I'm like trying to wrap my mind around. Like, you know what I mean, like it's crazy. You know what I mean? Hey, what up, Grace? My bad, my dog's right here. Um, so yeah, man, it just really makes me think like, god damn, you know what I mean, like just how crazy that is. Like, you know what I mean, because don't worry, I'll show my dog at the end of the video. But yeah, it just makes me think like, man, like when that saying when like, if you lived a great life, the number of true friends you have, you could count on one hand. It's like, you know what I mean, like, and that's if you lived a great life. That's like it makes you think, man. That's one thing I'm very thankful about boxing and the combat sports is because it's allowed me to have so many good friends. And what I mean by that is when you spar somebody a lot, especially even just once, but when you spar people, especially on a continuing and help them get ready for, like when you get in the ring with somebody, you learn more about that person than any conversation. You know what I mean? And you the love and respect you gain for that person, it's it's not quantifiable. It's like those are my brothers. You know what I mean? Like that's family. Like I have family members that I don't have half the love for that I have for like dudes I spar with on. You know what I mean? Like people from my gym because they got love for me in a way that like I could feel, and I got love for them in a way they could feel. That it's between the fighters. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy to experience and explain, but like it. It's a family bond and shit. You know what I mean? Like we a team and shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, it just it really made me think like, god damn, man, like growing up, like, yeah, my parents were right for the most part, you know what I mean, when it came to like the people they ain't like. And the same thing with like my siblings and shit. They didn't like certain people in their life and they were right. Those people sucked. So like, yeah, like I know this is a long rant. I know at this point ain't no children even children shouldn't be engaging in my page at all because I'm an adult. But this video, this one is for children because y'all do need to listen to your parents. When they get a bad vibe from some of your friends, it's not because they don't like you. It's not because they're trying to ruin your life. It's because they care. You know what I mean? And they see something that probably happened to them happening to you. And they just trying to break that cycle. They trying to have you not make those same mistakes that they did by putting your faith, trust, and time into wrong people. Because one thing about school, you got to remember, when you go to school, you don't meet the best friends in the world. You are in proximity of certain people. Just like when you become an adult, like the people, your work friends aren't your real friends. They're just people you're in proximity of due to a specific reason, being in school or getting paid at a job. So genuine friendships genuinely happen anywhere. They could happen anywhere. It could happen in a school. They could happen outside of the school. They could happen anywhere. But when you're young, like you don't have the social skills to see the seat in people like that. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just wild. You know what I mean? Like, so I guess there's no moral or anything to this, but I will say like, man, just focus on being a good person and being the friend to other people that you want your friends to be to you. And as promised, here's Grayson, just chilling. You won't sleep on my yoga mat, but you'll sleep like parallel to it sometimes. So yeah. Hope my words helped y'all. And like again, man, just be the friend that you want. You know what I mean? Treat people like that and the world will be a better place. Also, how fucking awesome is my dog? Motherfucker's adorable.